Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to make sure is that we're putting our right foot under our center. So when I do that, I'm going to make sure if I step back, I'm going to have to make sure I put my step underneath my center so now I don't have to travel to my axis. A lot of times when I step, I'm going to open up my body just a little, give myself a little bit of rotational momentum. From here, I'm pivoting on that foot. It's not just my lower body, but I'm keeping it tight right here so that my whole body goes in. So I'm stepping and I'm preparing. When I prepare, I'm bringing my left foot slightly forward. I'm not putting the whole foot down because then I'm transferring my weight off of my axis. So I'm using it almost like a little mini kickstand. I'm keeping it tight right here. My upper body, I want to keep my posture. So kind of like I had a string going from my pelvis all the way up. I'm keeping myself centered on my right leg, but I'm not locking my right leg. I'm keeping a little bit of a bend. My arms stay in front of me with my right arm in front of my midline, but my left arm is opening up. Remember, when we open up, it's not just from the elbow out, but it's that whole arm. I don't want it behind my back, because if it goes behind my back, I'm going to prepare too far. I'm going to get off of my center. So I just want to open it up to the side. Shoulder is the highest, then the elbow, then the wrist. I'm spotting forward. I start my spin from my core downstairs, using my little kickstand and the energy right here, but I keep it tight so that my whole body moves. I initiate the spin, then I start to punch in my left arm. I'm going to hit about 3 o'clock. My hands are in front of me, not collapsed, keeping this frame so I can keep my posture with my back. I'm looking forward. From here I'm going to spot. I suck in my left leg as I pivot on my right. When I finish, I'm going to tighten and tighten. That doesn't mean that I want to bunker down like this, but I just want to give strong energy, almost like if I just cough, to keep my body kind of complete and tight. That will help me to push my body into the floor a little bit to help come to a stop. So the parts that I'm going to focus on. First, I'm going to focus on setting up with my right foot. I set it up and pivot. So I'll do some repetitions where I'm focusing on that part of my spin. The next, I'm going to make sure I'm keeping my posture. I don't want to be swaying one way or the other. So saying straight up and down. After that, I'm going to focus on my arms. I'm going to make sure that my arm opens up, and I'm using some of that energy to bring it in, and I'm keeping a complete frame. After that, I'm going to focus on my spot. Spotting is really important, so I want to make sure both to look as long as I can and bring it around nice and easy. At the end, I want to make sure I'm really stopping myself. Step, prepare, and I keep it nice and tight. The only other little things that we can work on, making sure when we set up that this foot is slightly in front. I don't want to open up too much of the side. If it feels too compact, then we can bring it a little bit further forward. Everybody will work a little bit differently, but I'm going to keep it in that line when I do that spin.